This is The Spotlight, where we turn the spotlight on the arts. I'm Kevin Perry, your host for the show, and we have another exciting show for you as we present our Senior Salute. But before we meet our awesome guests this morning, let me remind you of one very exciting event that you have the opportunity to attend this year. The St. Lucie County School District proudly presents its summer musical theater project, Cinderella. It will be at Port St. Lucie High School for only 7 shows. Please don't miss it. The dates are June 18th through June 22nd. Show times on June 18th, 19th, and 20th are at 7:30. On the 21st, there's a show time at 2 o'clock with the matinee, and then 7:30 show. On the 22nd, matinee is at 2 o'clock and at 7 o'clock. Tickets can be purchased from Port St. Lucie High School, Honey Baked Ham, Jay's Fine Jewelry, Perkins in Port St. Lucie, Joy's Ice Cream, and Tin Fish. I guarantee you don't want to miss the 18th annual Summer Musical Theater Project by St. Lucie County Schools. Speaking of musical theater projects, of course we know the theater includes the arts, it includes dance, it includes drama, it includes music. We have with us 6 acclaimed art students with us who graduated this past weekend, and that's why we call this show our Senior Salute. So at this time, we want to find out for them about their amazing journey in the arts and what's next for them. So at this time, we're going to ask them to please take a moment and introduce themselves, and we'll start right here with Kenosha.
My name is Kenosha Maya. I'm a graduate from Fort Pierce Westwood High School.
My name is Ashley Matthews, and I'm graduating from Port St. Lucie High School.
My name is Brian Corkum, and I graduated from Port St. Lucie High School.
My name is Aaliyah Fleury, and I graduated from Fort Pierce Central High School.
My name is Elijah Mobley, and I graduated from Fort Pierce Westwood High School.
My name is Jose Gomez. I graduated from Port St. Lucie High School.
Okay, Jose, I'm sorry. Since you have the microphone, why don't we tell everybody what art classes you participated in?
I participated in drama and the dance program.
Drama and the dance program?
Yes.
Okay, Elijah?
I participated in the choral program.
I participated in band.
I participated in dance and drama.
I participated in band.
I participated in the choral program.
Okay, here's my next question to each of you. Tell me, why was participating in the arts so very important to your high school career? And who wants to jump in? Go ahead, Brian.
Okay. Well, I think that every single time I went to school for either dance or drama. Because it's always like a nice thing to escape from. When you have like such a rigorous school schedule, you just want to have like a break and talk with your friends, and you have like a really solid group of people when you're in an arts program. And yeah, that's what I like.
Anyone else? Go ahead, Ashley.
It really made me feel accepted by my peers. I was part of a team, and so it basically made me want to go to school every day.
Anyone else? Well, I know that you guys have really participated in many programs, and it's real cool that you come to school for band or for chorus or for dance or drama, and you just happen to have to take language arts, social studies, science, and math on the side. But I also know that even though you participated in those organizations, you guys did extremely well academically as well. Mm-hmm. If I'm not mistaken, everybody here has a scholarship somewhere, I think?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why don't we talk about the scholarships for, well, I tell you what, let's tell everybody what you're going to do next, what school you're going to, and what scholarship you have, okay? Jose, do you have, yeah, we'll start with you. You're already Mike.
I'm going to Texas State in the fall for musical theater. I got a musical theater scholarship. So yeah, that's my scholarship.
Great.
Well, I'll attend Morehouse College, actually, and major in political science, and I actually got the Morehouse College Academic Scholarship.
Alrighty.
I'll be attending IRSC starting summer 2 on a music scholarship, as well as my Young Floridians 2-year tuition scholarship.
Great.
I'll be going to Texas State as well, and I have a scholarship that kind of like applies, we both have scholarship that applies us for in-state tuition, so yeah.
I'm going to IRSC, and I have a music scholarship there.
I'm going to IRC on a vocal music scholarship.
Cool. Smart kids. They went to school for music and dance and drama, but yet they excelled on the academic side, which was enable you to get those scholarships. And I know Elijah told us, but I should have asked you the same time to tell us what you're going to major in, because just because you have that scholarship does not necessarily mean that's going to be your major. So Kenosha, let's start with you.
I'll be majoring in physical therapy.
Okay. Ashley?
I'll be majoring in music education.
I'll be majoring in musical theater.
I'll be majoring in music education with a minor in psychology.
I will be majoring in political science with a minor in business administration.
I'll be majoring in musical theater as well.
Okay, now, to Elijah, everybody else is, their scholarship makes them have to participate in an organization, an arts-related organization. So Elijah, do you plan on joining the famed Morehouse Male Glee Club?
Yes, sir. I do plan on in the fall auditioning for the Morehouse Male Glee Club.
Okay, great. Awesome organization. Now, tell me, when did you first fall in love with band or with dance or with musical theater? Ashley?
Honestly, it was my first halftime show.
Wow. So in high school, but you started band in
I started band in 7th grade.
7th grade.
Yeah. They put me in the wrong band class, actually. And I went home crying to my mom saying, band is for nerds, I shouldn't be doing this. And I started to like it.
Okay. Anybody else, when did you first fall in love with your area?
Well, I can say I fell in love with music. I was in the 3rd grade, and my mother saw me on the piano, and I just dabble around because my dad used to play, and so I'd copy off of him. And she was like, do you want a piano teacher or lessons or anything? And I was like, sure. And that's when I first started really liking music.
Okay, Jose, I've seen you on stage many times, dancing or in musical theaters. When did you fall in love?
Probably, it was in Oliver, really. I started when I was 7 at Port St. Lucie High School, kind of like forced by my sisters because they were also in Port St. Lucie High School, and they're like, audition, you know, maybe you'll like it. And I was like, oh, okay. And I just kept coming back and coming back because that's when I fell in love with performing, probably was around Oliver.
Academic students, strong in the arts, but you guys are also leaders in different organizations on campus. Let's tell everybody if you're a leader in the arts-related class that you are in, or any other offices or things like that that you might have held. Who wants to start? Go ahead, Brian.
I mean, I was president of NHS, so that was really fun. We did a lot of community service, and it's kind of fun to plan stuff. And I had a lot of friends from musical theater and the arts in there too, so yeah, it was fun.
One big happy family. All right.
Yeah.
Who else?
Oh. I am president of Westwood Concert Chorale.
Okay. Ashley?
I was the band captain of the Port St. Lucie High School Band.
I was the drum major at Fort Pierce Central High School.
So you gave all the orders. You called all the shots.
I was the student council president at Fort Pierce Westwood High School.
Okay. Okay.
I was also in NHS. I wasn't a leader, but I was a part of it.
But I know that both you guys have been leaders on stage, so let's talk about that, Brian and Jose.
Yeah.
Let's talk about all of the musical theater projects that you participated in.
Well, I think our first show was Fiddler on the Roof, right?
Well, Together, Sound of Music.
Together,
But
Sound of Music.
in high school,
But
yeah.
Fiddler on the Roof, Wizard of Oz,
Hairspray, Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde, Shrek.
Yeah, Shrek.
Now let's tell the audience this. You guys have had some major lead roles. Tell them about that.
Oh, well, in Shrek, I played Lord Farquaad. In the movie, he was very, very short. So on stage, I was on my knees for
The
about
entire show.
like 2 hours. Yeah, the entire show was pretty rough, but it was a lot of fun. I had like a really long wig and nice hat. It was pretty awesome.
What else? What about Hairspray?
Oh man. I played Edna, and that's the mom in Hairspray. If you've watched the movie, it's John Travolta, and it was really interesting. I had to shave my eyebrows, and they like penciled them in, and it was really fun though because it was so funny, and I wore a fat suit, and it was really fun. If I was like dancing backstage, it looked really funny. So.
Tell me this. What was your most memorable experience while participating in the arts in high school? What is your most memorable experience? Go ahead, Ashley.
When I was in jazz band my junior year, it was my first year playing alto saxophone, and in January we had to go to jazz MPA. Well, I had a solo. I've only been playing this instrument since August. It was honestly very terrifying because I wasn't very proficient at it.
Anyone else? Go ahead, Aaliyah.
My most memorable experience would be marching MPA. For the first time, they called Fort Pierce Central's name and said Superior, and it felt so good to actually get the rating that we should have gotten a long time ago, and we worked so hard for it. So that was my most memorable experience.
Great. Go ahead.
My most memorable experience was going to solo and ensemble. It was my first time doing a solo my senior year. I waited so long to do it. So my first time, I actually got a superior, and I went to state, and I was so proud of myself. I was like, I did it. And I really didn't think I was going to get what I got for it being my first time.
Great job. Jose?
My most memorable moment in high school was definitely singing in the rain, because I was cast as Cosmo opposite of Tyler Beauregard, who you know, who's an amazing tap dancer, and I didn't know how to tap at all. And he helped me, and his mother, Kim Beauregard, helped me, be able to tap. So that was really memorable. So yeah.
Okay. Elijah? I know you have one.
My most memorable experience would have to be the whole year, because I, unlike everyone else here, I decided to join the arts programs my senior year. I needed a fine arts credit. I had all of my other credits except for a fine arts credit, and I decided to give the choral department a shot. My most memorable experience would be the whole year, because it was such a successful year. I, being a first-time chorus student, never singing a day in my life before, did a solo, made it to state, and was a superior rated state soloist. So I would say that's my most memorable experience of the whole entire year.
So aren't you mad that you didn't join the arts program a long time ago?
Yes, I actually have just recently thought about it, like, wow, I should have started my freshman year, and I would have been amazed with the growth from there. So I was very satisfied with the outcome of this entire year.
Okay. Brian, what's yours? Dig deep. I know. That's why I'm forcing you. Dig deep.
I don't know. I think I had the most fun with Wizard of Oz, because I played the lion, and I was in I was sweating. I was drenched every single time, but it was so much fun because I could just act like an idiot on stage and do whatever I wanted and sound weird and I don't know. It was really fun, and I wore a mask most of the time, so most people didn't really recognize me after I went out the door. So that was pretty cool, because you could be this completely different person on stage and then walk out like a regular person and be like, "Hey, what's up?" So
I know that for you beautiful students to be able to participate in the arts, it takes a lot of time, a lot of practice, a lot of effort. And in doing so, you might have had to make some hard choices. What sacrifices have any of you had to make to be able to participate in the arts and then be the great students that you are as well? What sacrifices?
Well, with me, personally, since it was my first year in chorus, it was very difficult. I had to learn the actual method of balance, since I was in so many organizations. ROTC, chorus, student council, HOSA, different things like that. So actually getting a balance of it and making sure that I prioritized what was more important than other things. So that was one of the biggest things that I got from it, learning how to balance and being able to be at many different places at one time, making sure I've gotten things done so that I can be in different places.
Anyone else? Any sacrifices that you've had to make and lessons that you might have learned with those sacrifices?
I've had to sacrifice many hours of sleep with, with a full-time dual enrollment schedule, coming back to the high school for 3 other classes, and then going to work after marching band practice. and then football games Friday, competition Saturday, church Sunday, and started back all over again the whole week. But it was worth the sacrifice because I got so much out of it, so much fun times, so many good memories. There were bad times, but they actually they were lessons to me to learn from. So
the good days outweigh the bad days.
Yeah.
Lessons learned. I had a professor that told me earlier that sleep was overrated, you know. So, yeah, but we all need it. So I hear balance. I hear dual enrollment. Stronger work ethics. Anything else? Sacrifices and/or lessons that you might have learned from. I know you guys learned a whole lot from participating. So let's talk about lessons learned from your participation in the arts. Lessons learned.
Responsibility.
And meaning?
That in order to be able to do all of your classes and the extracurricular activity, you had to be really responsible and make sure you're on top of everything. If you didn't come to school one day and you forgot to do a test or something, yeah, that's it.
Anyone else? Lessons learned.
Learning how to be a team player, because I would say most of the time I am a individualized.
A solo act. It's okay to solo.
I am a solo act generally. I like to do everything on my own so that I know that if something has not gotten done, it's all on me. So that was the actual hardest part, I would say. One of the lessons that I did learn, like, you have to be a team player, learning how to work with others instead of just being by yourself.
Okay. Someone else.
Lessons learned, it would be to think about everything before you do it, to not jump at everything at once, to take time to sit down and say, this is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do this afterwards, then this will happen, then I'll have time for this, instead of, I have a full day going on, I don't know where to go, I don't know where to start, just have everything kind of on a list and to work things through from top to bottom.
Okay. Brian, what excites you about performing?
I think, I mean, every actor is different, but like I love to play off of the audience. So when they're laughing, it makes me better, and vice versa. Like I make them laugh more. But I think what like the initial excitement is like the rush that you get from performing. I think we all know what that feels like. But yeah, that's what makes you keep going back and wanting to do better and more and putting out all those hours that she was talking about. But yeah.
Jose, what excites you about performing?
Being with the cast, performing every single show with them, because it always changes. You know, it's always new. The audience is new. Their reactions might be different. The lines might be delivered different. So it's always like a different show. So that's kind of excited to see how the audience will take it, also how we take it as performers. So,
Aaliyah, the band wouldn't move unless you told them to. What excited you about that leadership role?
I think what excited me was I could stand on the podium and they'll all just get quiet and listen. And then it'd be like, I'm in control. And like the feeling of being in front of people that you know, like your friends and everything, and they just stop what they're doing because they see you on the podium, it's like, wow, I'm over them. And it's like the lights when you're at the stadium, and the lights and the audience and the cheering and the football team, and then they look towards the band to play the fight song and everything, and I'm just like, I'm ready.
I know that for you to be the leaders that you are, you had to do something, and this is maybe a tough question, to earn, not only be liked by your friends, your peers, but also be respected by them so that they would follow your lead. What do you think you did to earn their respect as a leader?
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think just being nice to everyone and kind of building up to senior year. And senior year, you're just like, I'm ready. I can take on the responsibility. And like you serve your time in each department that you are in. Like in dance, I started out in like dance 2 and was really bad and looked up to like these great people like my brother Kevin and like Brandon, who are really good dancers. And then I made my way up, and by senior year I was like doing set construction, set design, and I was working on like all the choreography and practices that we did. So it was like juggling different things, but then people respect that, like you have so much on your plate and you can like handle it all, that people like, wow, like I want to do that next year. Like all the juniors, they're like, I want to do set design next year. I want to do the lights next year. So yeah, I think that's how you go about it. That's how I go about it.
Everybody but Elijah has been participating in the arts for many years, many years. Junior started when he was 7 years old, urging of his sister. Did you ever think that you would be as successful as you guys have been in the arts when you first started?
No.
No.
That's a good decision.
Yeah, no.
You guys have had an amazing ride. I have seen you all numerous occasions. Kenosha, I was there when you guys went to MPA this year, and this was the solo ensemble MPA, and you guys joined hands. Tell us about that song and that experience at the end.
Well, the song was Hear My Prayer, and like a lot of people can relate to that song. It's just a heart-touching song. And when we grabbed hands, I felt like this is my family. This is like this is my last time doing solo and ensemble. I really want this. It was an overwhelming feeling, and I felt like we already had a superior that time. Yes, we did.
And you did, yeah. and you did. I was there, and I got the same feeling. I was like, oh my goodness, if that's not superior, I don't know. Goosebumps, you know. Tell me this. You have an opportunity to speak to the school board members, elected officials, or somebody that's an elected official in Tallahassee. This is a question for everybody. Because the arts have been so important to you, what would you tell them about making sure that the arts stayed in public school education for other students? What would be compelling to you to tell them, to entice them to make sure that the arts stayed funded?
Well, it makes everyone that takes drama or dance or chorus more confident with themselves, and it shows them teamwork. So yeah, that's definitely what I would tell them. It makes them more social, just confident in general. So I would just definitely keep the arts.
It keeps the students well-rounded. It also shows them how to be, like he said, teamwork.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Okay. Go ahead, Ali.
Not everybody can play a sport. Not everybody can is as smart as everyone else is. But the arts, more people can excel in the arts because it's a way of, you can learn it. And once you learn it, you grasp it. And once you grasp it, you do nothing but excel. Anybody can throw a football. But certain people can excel in music and in drama and in chorus, all that. Certain people can. So it's made for everyone, but it's the certain people that will excel and the people that have the drive for it. And it makes, I think it kind of activates the side of the brain where it's all mathematics and science and all that. So it's obviously in my band, everyone has the honor roll. Everyone has great grades in math and science and reading because the math and science and everything is applied in band. We talk about breathing, we talk about time, we talk about technique, and it's all based on math and science. So.
Anyone else? What would you say to an elected official?
I think it helps with so many things. Time management. You have to plan out your schedule. You have to be like, okay, I have time for this, but I need to study for that. And everyone, I think that's why everyone has good grades in performing arts and stuff, is that you have to manage your time so much that like you just are, it's like a second nature kind of thing. It's like you can do it whenever you want. And also you have a sense of community, and if you're like solo or singled out or whatever and you think you're weird or whatever, there's someone weirder in performing arts. Like, trust me, like and everyone loves that person, so they're gonna love you. I think it's a sense of community, and yeah, you learn how to manage yourself better.
What does the future hold for you guys? What does the future hold? When you finish your next 4 years, maybe 5 years in college, what do you want to then do? Kenosha, you're right here by me, so we'll start with you.
I'll probably give back to the community, like start a little program for girls who like to sing and stuff like that.
Okay. Ashley?
Honestly, I want to become a band director.
Brian?
Well, the goal is Broadway, so hopefully I'll definitely learn enough in college. Texas has a great program, and they're gonna put us out, both of us, because we're both going to Texas, into the world, like knowing what we need to know, and yeah.
Do I get free tickets to opening night?
Of course.
God,
Of
good
course.
answer.
Of course. Of course.
Yeah, of course. No, but yeah, I think New York or in LA or in general, just being an actor, traveling, doing national tours, as long as I'm doing what I love, which is performing, it doesn't matter where it is. It can be in Iowa, it could be anywhere, you know what I mean?
We'll come there too. Free tickets, right? Elijah?
Me personally, I just want to motivate youth to lead, serve, do whatever they can, and give back to the community. So those are my future goals.
I actually want to become a music educator, but also I want to do a side job for youth, juvenile youth, maybe in detention centers and everything, and open up a program for them, because I really like to reach out to the troubled youth. Because, I mean, I think about what if I was in their shoes and no one was there to help me. I'd want to help. So I want to open up kind of a music program based for juveniles, not only for juveniles though, but for all kids around the community, to kind of bring them together and tell them that there's people here that actually care about you and that want you to succeed. So.
I want to thank you all for joining us here on the Spotlight. I want to remind our audience about Cinderella, which will be premiering at Port St. Lucie High School on June 18th through the 22nd. We hope that you will come see these amazing students perform. I want to thank each of you for joining us here on the Senior Salute for the Spotlight. You are some of the most talented, most amazing students that I have met in my 29 years of teaching school. You set the standards for others to emulate. We celebrate you and we celebrate your accomplishments in the arts. I'm hoping that in 4 years you'll come back to the Spotlight and we'll have the graduate Spotlight telling everybody about your wonderful career and the things that you have done since you left us. And I wish you nothing but the best. And on behalf of all of us here at the Spotlight, it has been our pleasure serving you and bringing you this information all year. We want to thank our executive producer and director, Mr. Craig Jerome. We want to thank our coordinator, Ms. Sharon Perkins, and everyone on the crew, Ms. Debbie McAnally, for making this such a successful year here on the Spotlight, where we turn the spotlight on the arts.